Let's just continue with navigating the file system. Here we will try to learn about how to change the directory, how we list the files, like what we mentioned with ls. We can take more examples here. So you will learn in general here how to navigate the Linux system, file system. And you will learn how to, you will learn about the files, directories, and the path. Also, you will learn about the options, where we call it flags or arguments to the shell commands. Also, the tab completion. Before all these commands, let's know what is the Linux file system structure. So when you see the top, when you see the slash, it shows the root directory. And under the root directory, there is several other standard directories. And here's some of them. So user bin, when you have the binaries, home, where all the users listed below this folder, user libraries, this lib libraries, and the libraries for C4. Also, you can find user binaries in the local. So it's it can be installed, not coming with the operating system. Yes, and here you can list all the this structure by using the command tree. And here you can find more information about tree if you don't have it, how to install it, and so on. And in the picture on the right, you can see, let's just open it in another tab. When you use the command tree, it will show you all the structure, all the files and subdirectories and everything. And we will come to explain what is this command doing with the tree, these flags, I mean. So let's just continue and then we implement that command later. Yes, and here just the explanation of what we mentioned here about the root directory and the files under that, the folders under that. Of course, you can also illustrate them in different way. The structure that we mentioned now from the root and the other folders. Yes, so let's summarize this file system structure as whenever you see this slash, it might be the root directory if it appears alone or at the front of the file or directory name. And also it can be used as a separator in the path. Like, for example, let me put WD, we will know what is this. So when you see these slashes in between, that means just separator between the folders. Yes. Also, we have another commands. They are important. When you click cd space ... this will take you one level up or to the parent folder. So where I am now, let me just repeat what PW do. This is showing the current path that where we are in right now. And when we use cd space ... this will take us out of the current folder to the one level up, which is if I click enter and again pwd, you will see that we are now outside this folder. Yeah, and if you click cd, it will always take you to the home directory if it is only cd. Now let's continue here again, showing just an example in Tetralit how the file system structure look like. And you can see the slash showing the root, and under that all the folders that we mentioned, like the home, where all the users listed below that. You can see example of those users. Yeah, and here all the binaries and libraries installed. Now coming to the home directory. So the home directory, you can reach to the home directory in different commands or different ways. Either you can just say cd, okay, or you can use lambda instead of cd. Also, you can use the environment like $home, okay, this, okay. So we have 3 ways to go to the home or cd lambda. Whenever you want to go back to your home directory, you either log to that directory by using the command cd, or you use the environment $home capital or cd tilde. And here you can just see some examples of how the home directory look like in different HPC clusters, like in Tetralit and Cosmos and so on in this list. Now coming to remember some commands. The pwd, as I mentioned, is showing you the path to your current working directory. So here, what we saw here, pwd, which is print working directory command line. This is very useful command showing you the current path that you are in. Also remember that we learned about the cd. What is the benefit of cd? It's helping you to enter some folder or go back to your home directory. So this is we are just explaining these 3 ways to go to the home directory, either with home or with only cd or cd lambda. Besides cd used to enter some folders. So for example, I want to go back to this folder, NAISS intro. I can just say cd and tab. So the tab will help you to complete the name of the folder or file if it exists. Okay, now we are there. Let's see here. You can see in this box some examples of what the print working directory or pwd command line look like when you implement it in different HPC clusters. So I can just do it in Alves. We can just say pw. This will show a very long path where we are. So currently we are here, but it's actually in this complete path. Yeah. Now coming to here is just testing this command line, as I said, in different clusters and how they look like. Coming to ls, which we mentioned it shortly before, it's listing the files and directories. So all what you need to type ls and the name of the folder if you would like to see what inside this folder. So if you, let's say, if you say ls, it will show you whatever inside this folder. And if you say ls star, for example, or maybe we could just look at the list here. It's better, and then we implement them together. So if you say ls slash, this will list all the contents of the root directory, okay, that we mentioned earlier. It will show you all the content of the root. And let's say if I want to do it here, okay, into it will show you the root. Then if we say, let's just continue with, if you say ls dot dot, as we mentioned, this will take us one level up. So ls dot dot, one level up what I have. Okay, let's just clear quickly and start. If you remember this tilde, where it will take us, it will show us the home directory. If I say ls tilde, it will show me the home directory. Okay. Now, with the star, it will show you the current folder, but with all the subdirectories inside. So if we say ls star, will show. So if we click pwd, which is the print working directory, it will show you the current path, and ls, it will show you what we have inside this current path. Okay, we have those files and directories. And if we put a star with ls, it will show you also the subdirectories inside. So for example, here we did not see anything. Here it's only one file, here only one folder, nothing inside it. But the exercises, there's subdirectories under that. So it will show you, the star will show you all the subdirectories under the first level. Yes, and beside ls, you can find also, you can use some flags. Here we have some examples from these flags. -a, it will show you the hidden files. If you use -a, it will show you any hidden file you have in this folder that you are trying to list their directories and files. If you use -l, this will list all the content in a long table, and you can find many information about the content, like the permissions, owners, and the size, also the modification time. If you use h along with the l, this will present whatever we said here, and it will represent the size of each file and directory. -t, it will list the content sorted by the modified date in descending, and if you add r, it will give the opposite sorting. If you use -s, this will list the files with their sizes. So let's just try some of those quickly. ls -a. We don't have the hidden files here or folders. If we use let's say L. Okay, so it will show us the table that we were speaking about. You can find in the beginning the permissions. The permissions, we will also speak about them later. Also, you can find who's the owner and the size and the date and time here. If you add H, you can see that the size changed to human readable file or format, and so on. You can try these flags and see the results. Now, let's say like we have some examples of these flags, but if you want to know more about these flags, you can either say with any command you don't know what are the flags that can be used, you can just use help -- help, or you can use the manual page like man command. For example, you can say, okay, I want to know the ls flags. You can just type -- help, and or you can use, so you can see many of these flags with the explanations. Or you can simply use the manual page with the command line that you want to know more about. So you can see that you can quit. Yes, so until here, we learned about the ls and what are these different symbols with it, leading to home directory or to the root or to one level up or to the subdirectories. And these are the flags that we spoke about, and you can find more when you type help or use the manual page. Yeah, let me check the time. We have some time left. Yeah, okay. Here we have some simple exercises to implement what we learned until now. Maybe we can go through them quickly, even though we already did. But if you would like, you can try also. We can all try together, like using ls, what you will find. So we are now on a list. Let's use this ls. So I have exercises. How we access to the exercises folder, you can use cd exercises, and then we are now inside this folder ls. Okay, we have 3 folders in this exercise, asking us to go inside my tester. Okay, cd my tester ls. You can find these content inside my tester. Okay, and now if we want to see if there is any hidden files, remember we use for that -a. And if you want to list them in a table, use -l. So you can see the table here. If you want to know what are these symbols, later we will explain them, but as I mentioned here, this can be a file if you find only dash, and if you find D, that means it's directory, and it can also symbolic. R, it's readable, right? W, writable, and yes, and you will see here the permissions for the owner and the groups, and the other information for this the folders inside. Yes, and here, if you want to execute the other flags, let's say minus LA. Okay, it should show some hidden files. We don't have any hidden files here. Yeah, we don't. If we continue with the same examples, if you add H, it will make the size more human readable. LS minus LAH. And if you add T, you will just sort them, and with R it will be opposite. Okay, and if you do ls star, as we mentioned before, it will show you the subdirectories. Sorry. Okay, so each directory, what it has also. Let's just continue. Now, if you want to access to any directory, you will use cd. Okay, let's say ls. What we have, testdir1. If you want to go inside testdir1, cd test with tab, you can complete. And as we have now two folders with the same start, you can just type one. The system will know that you mean this folder. Okay, with the tab also you can continue, like complete the name of the folder, and then you are now inside tester1. If we say ls, we can see we have these files inside tester1. Okay, if you say ls minus l, you can see the file's permissions, and it's listed in this long table that we explained. Here, in the end of this exercise, you can see note about the permissions, where when you find the dash, that's mean this is no permission for this file. And if you you can find like three groups. The first group for the owner, and the other one is for the owner and the group. And the read R, it's for reading, and W means for writing, and X, it's executable file. Yes, let's see what we have more. So here we have some wildcards. We have also selected examples of this wildcard that you can use it to for searching, or it can be useful actually to explore your files and directories. Let's start with the question mark. What does it mean if you add it in the search, for example? It will represent single character. If you use a star, always the star representing like a string or character 0 or more, okay? More than one character. In the square brackets, that will represent alphanumeric characters in ascending order. So you will put range here. All the range inside these square brackets, it will be considered, so it will be matched. In curly brackets with the separated commas, you will take them like separately by the commas, as I said. With the exclamation mark, actually, it will work like logical note. For example, if you say exclamation mark with a specific number, it will take this file and do the opposite. With the slash, it will used as a escape character when using a subsequent special character. Now, there is also small notes or warning. Like we have to know that the wildcards are case sensitive. So we have to remember that if it is capital or small, we have to be careful about this because it's case sensitive. So let's say if you want to, for example, if you want to have the letters between T capital and J, that's mean it will match all the uppercase letters from T capital through Z and all the lower case letters from A small through J small. Okay, but not including the uppercase J or lowercase t. So many relevant commands like the ls that we took, if we want to ignore the case, we can just use the flag -i. So if you want to avoid this problem, to be sensitive to the case, you can just use the flag -i. Now, let's see some examples. If you go to the exercise patterns, let's use this. Now, ls, where are we? Oh, sorry, pwd, where are we? So I want to go one level up, cd space dot cd and pwd. You can see where are we? Now ls, okay. Let's go to patterns and do this exercise there to check what we said. Now cd to access to the patterns, ls. So remember that we have these contents inside the patterns folder. Now, if we want to list all the files called my file question mark text, ls my file question mark dot text. Okay, so it will match with all the files started with my file and ended with the extension text, as you can see here. Okay, so we replace this question mark with one character, which is the numbers. And here you can see in this example, R star D. Actually, if you use that, this will match anything like Red, Rad, Ronald, anything. Okay, this star, it can be any number of characters between these two letters R and D. Also here, if you look at this example, R square brackets, CK, you can see there is three letters separated by the comma. That's mean you will take them one by one, iterate over them. So it can be rak, rek, rock. And in this example, if you see hyphen or dash between D and J, that's mean we will go through this range. Any like any word starting with A, ending with A, and anything between D and J in between. Now, if you take from 0 to 9, this means also it's a range between 0 and 9. CP, maybe we did not mention this command, it's for copy. Remember this command. If you see here, this example shows that inside the curl brackets, copy any file with extension .dat, any file name, because this star means any, and any file name with extension C or extension PDF, and put them in your home directory. As we mentioned before, tilde means the home directory. Okay, so this is what we mean with this command. And here it says remove the file, all the files except with the number 8. So I don't know if we have such thing here, this file. Yes, we have here, you see. So now we have two different commands. Remember them, CP for copy and RM. It can be used for removing or it can be used for renaming. We will cover them later. So to check that, I will not use remove because it's dangerous to remove our files. Let's just start with checking with ls. Okay, this file, ls, this file, and let's say square brackets with exclamation mark 8 and star. So here we are asking to, I think we forgot to type, is it? Okay, so I want to now list all the files starting with the name my file, and sorry, what we are doing here, I think we repeated something wrong. List my file and exclamation mark. I think, yes, enter. So it will match all the files with the name my file with all the numbers except if it is 8. So remember, that's mean we are using the logical not. So we excluded this file. You can check that. Okay, then let's just continue with the other commands. Here the CD, as we mentioned, it's changing directory to log into any specific folder or to the home with tilde, sorry, and if you use it with a specific directory, you will change to that directory. If you use the space ... that means it will change the current directory to the parent directory, one level up, and with hyphen. Actually, we forgot to mention this. This is very useful command also. If you, by any chance that you went in a different path and you want to just to go back, you can just use CD hyphen. So let's say you clicked by mistake CD. Okay. Let's just use PWD to show you where are we now. You are in this path for now. And if you clicked by mistake only CD, this will take you to the home directory, PWD. And if you want to go back without typing all this or finding the previous path, you can just say cd hyphen. It will bring you back to where you were before. Yeah, so let's continue. This is just example to show you the file system structure like we explained before. And here you can, yes, here if you want to navigate the exercises, I would like to go through them like quickly. I think we did already some of them, so maybe we have to be faster because of the time. Yes. So let's say that in this section we covered some of the command lines. Just remember them, and we have one information before we move to the next session. It's the full path and the absolute, full path, what we call it absolute path and relative path. What are they? So when you have the complete path, okay, this is the full path or the absolute path. While if you for example want cd for specific file that related to the previous path, this means the relative path. Like let's say ls, okay, cd dot dot ls and cd. If you say patterns, so if you see this small path related to the previous path, we call this relative path. Yeah, so let's go to the next session. And remember, this is the summary of what we covered here from some command lines. Let's